Are you sick and tired of constantly battling with yourself to get things done? Do you find yourself procrastinating more often than not? I know I am. That's why I turned to philosophy and some key words of wisdom that completely transformed my mindset and is changing the way that I live my life. And you and I will be diving into these philosophies so that you too can change your life for the better. Have you noticed how the internet is flooded with motivational content these days? It's like everywhere you look, there's a quote or a video telling you to get inspired and get things done. And don't get me wrong, motivation is great, but it's only the beginning. To actually achieve something, you need to put in the work. There are no shortcuts when it comes to reaching significant goals like getting a degree or becoming a skilled driver. It takes effort and repetition to make progress. Unfortunately, many people struggle with the repetitive actions needed to achieve their goals. They might have the intention and desire, but they're not making meaningful progress. The key to unlocking their potential is self-discipline. Now, I know the word discipline might sound boring or even intimidating. It might bring to mind images of military boot camps or strict boarding schools. But hear me out. Self-discipline is actually the missing piece of the puzzle. Self-discipline is all about controlling your actions and following specific rules, like a schedule. And when you have self-discipline, you can achieve anything you set your mind to. Plus, having structure and predictability in your life can lead to inner peace and less stress. The Stoics were a bunch of ancient guys who thought that discipline was a pretty big deal. They were all about working hard and not wasting time. So, what is self-discipline, you ask? According to the Cambridge Dictionary, it's the ability to make yourself do things even when you don't feel like it. And let's be real, sometimes it's tough to resist the urge to procrastinate or do something that's not going to help us reach our goals. But the Stoics had a pretty cool idea. If we focus on self-control, work, and having a clear aim, we can build discipline. They believed that being productive and contributing to society was just as important as finding inner peace. One Stoic, Epictetus, compared life to a fancy dinner party where we should only take what's offered in moderation. But the real master move is rejecting what's not good for us altogether. That is how we become divine. Self-control is a key ingredient for mastering self-discipline. By practicing self-control, we can stop ourselves from doing things we shouldn't be doing. In theory, accomplishing a goal is simple, like writing a thesis, research, and write until it's done. But in practice, we often struggle to stay focused and get easily distracted. Unfortunately, we can't control the distractions life throws our way. We can't stop people from inviting us out, new TV shows being released, or critics trying to bring us down. The world will always offer distractions, especially with technological advancements. We can limit our exposure to distractions by changing our environment, but ultimately we can't control outside forces. So what's the deal? How can we make sure we get stuff done without getting sidetracked? Well, the Stoics believe that the key is to strengthen our self-control and build up our resistance to distractions. When we're able to resist temptation and stay focused on what we want to achieve, we're on the path to true freedom. It takes practice, of course, but the more we resist distractions and stay true to our goals, the easier it becomes. And speaking of goals, the Stoics believe that work is a fundamental part of being human. We're all here for a purpose, and we need to use our unique abilities to contribute to the world. Marcus Aurelius, the famous Stoic emperor, knew this well, and he reminded himself every day that he was here to work, not to laze around in bed. Sure, we all need to rest and relax sometimes, but we also need to put in the effort to achieve our goals. Nature sets limits on everything, including our need for rest. So we need to find a balance between work and play. Did you know that one of the most important virtues in Stoicism is courage? And when it comes to courage, the Stoics break it down into different categories like endurance, confidence, high-mindedness, cheerfulness, and industriousness. Being industrious is key to being self-disciplined, which means being active and occupied in order to consistently work towards our goals. But how can we avoid being lazy and procrastinating? According to Marcus Aurelius, laziness stems from not truly loving oneself and our natural tendencies. So instead of seeing hard work as a punishment, we should embrace it as something enjoyable and natural to us. We should also strive to find something that fits our individual natures and unique characteristics. Setting specific goals is also crucial because without them, we can easily waste our time and energy on things that don't serve us in the long run. As Seneca wisely said, life is short, and we shouldn't waste it wandering aimlessly. But let's face it, in this day and age, it's easy to exhaust ourselves by partying, gaming, and binging on TV shows. We're not exactly doing nothing, but we tend to focus on short-term pleasures and just keep spinning on the hamster wheel of consumerism. For many, life seems pointless, and reaching for something greater like achieving their dreams seems impossible. Maybe it's because they're afraid of failure, or maybe it's because there are just too many choices these days. It's called the paradox of choice, and it can leave people feeling lost and wanting everything but ending up with nothing. That's why it's important to pick a goal and stick to it. Don't let yourself drift aimlessly in the sea of modernity. So, are you going to let life take you wherever the wind blows, or will you have the courage to take control and steer your own ship? Let me know what you think about the Stoic way to build self-discipline in the comments below. And if you found this video interesting, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you again next time.